Imagine waking up to the news that your company is downsizing and your job is suddenly at risk. With only 12,000 jobs added to the US economy in October 2024, which is the smallest increase in years by the way, and economic indicators signaling a slowdown, job security is starting to feel more and more uncertain than ever before. And according to the LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, 9 to 5 jobs may be extinct within a decade due to AI advancements. Listen, my friends, the future of work is shifting beneath our feet, and if you're not prepared, you risk being left behind. But here's the good news. By taking action right now, you can not only protect your financial future, but you can set yourself up to thrive massively as the labor force continues to change. So today, we're going to be diving into 10 essential steps that you need to take to secure your finances, reduce your risk, and build resilience in the face of an unpredictable job market. So my friends, let's jump in. Hey there, my friends. My name is Ryan D. Lee, and I've spent over a decade helping people navigate financial challenges, build security, and ultimately prepare for life's uncertainties. And today I'm going to be sharing actionable steps to help you take control and build confidence no matter what the labor market brings next year. Step number 1 is the most important. It's building a sleep well at night fund. This is your financial safety net designed to keep you afloat if your income suddenly disappears. Ideally, you want to have somewhere between 3 to 6 months of your living expenses stashed away in this type of an account. But if you're just starting out, even a few $1,000s can make a very big difference. Now, when people ask me about this type of fund, I want you to remember it's not for investing. In fact, it's purely about liquidity and peace of mind. Think of it as your buffer against uncertainty. In fact, Warren Buffett right now in 2023 is holding $147 billion in cash, signaling Buffett's caution and his commitment to reserves to both seize opportunity as well as navigate uncertain times. So start small and consistent. Automate a portion of your paycheck or your income into a high yield savings account. The goal here, it's not a big return on investment, it's a big return on attention and your peace of mind. This brings me to step number 2, which is reducing high interest rate debt. Listen, debt can become a major burden if your income is disrupted. High interest rate debt, especially credit card debt, can spiral out of control fast. Focus on paying down these debts to reduce monthly expenses and free up a little bit more cash flow, which will give you the cushion to navigate uncertain times. So if you have debt that you're going to be attacking, start with debt with the highest interest rate and work your way down. Reducing your debt now will give you the financial flexibility you need when things get tight. This brings me to step number 3. Evaluate your health insurance options and know your rights. Listen, losing your job oftentimes means losing your employer-sponsored health insurance. So don't wait until it's too late. Look into backup options right now, like COBRA, state marketplaces, or even private insurance plans. Knowing your options sets you up to be empowered when things go awry. Health insurance is oftentimes overlooked when planning for a layoff, but it's a crucial safety net. In fact, before I left the corporate world, one of the first things I made sure to secure was the ability to access COBRA to cover my family and especially my kids as I navigated from W-2 employment to starting a business. Now, it's also essential to know your rights because companies have different policies for severance, benefits, and even layoffs. So take time right now when things are good to understand what your rights are. Familiarize yourself with unemployment benefits available in your state too. This now brings me to step number 7, which is boosting your skills and expanding your network. Today's job security isn't about staying put. It's really about being prepared to pivot. Consider taking courses or certifications or anything that you can do to make yourself more valuable in your field of choice, or even start to get your foot in the door with a new skill set that you want to develop. A broader skill set means more options when you need them. And don't underestimate the power of networking. A strong network is often the fastest route to a new job. Start networking right now. Add value to other people's lives and build equity in those relationships. When you've consistently offered value, you'll have relationship equity to draw on when you need it the most. So here's what I want you to do. Set a goal to reach out to 2 new people every single week inside of your industry. It could be as simple as reconnecting or offering support. Building connections now creates a network that you can rely on in challenging times. This brings me to step number 5, which is one of the most empowering moves that you can make right now, which is building an income stream outside of your job. This could be a side hustle, it could be rental income, it could be freelance services in your field. But here's the thing, my friends, diversifying your income makes you less dependent on a single paycheck, and this gives you more financial resilience. I'll never forget in my life, before I left the corporate world, I had multiple streams of income coming in that I knew I could count on to help me with the transition from fixed income to variable income. So start small, find a skill skill or a passion that you can monetize, even if it's just a few extra hours a week. This small commitment can become a significant safety net if your main income is disrupted. This brings me to step number 6. Update your resume, your LinkedIn profile, and any of your online presence. Don't wait until you're actively looking for a job to start making your updates. Make sure that your social profiles highlight your latest accomplishments and skills. And if you're feeling bold, consider building your online presence even further by establishing yourself as a professional inside of your network. This could be through a podcast, it could be through a YouTube channel, or any other platform that will allow you to broadcast your expertise to the field around you. Sharing your expertise online builds your credibility almost better than anything else. It helps you establish your unique voice, and it opens the door to potential collaborations or even new income streams. Listen, again, when I left my corporate job, my YouTube efforts were already beginning to trickle in a line of new clients. It gave me so much confidence to walk away from a fixed income via a paycheck. This now brings me to step number 7, which is probably the most important mindset that you can have, not just during hard times, but especially during good times. I want you to become indispensable. Be the linchpin. The best job security that you have is to become someone that your company can't imagine operating without. Go above and beyond, create value, and find ways to be the linchpin. A linchpin is a person who's not just meeting expectations, they are by far exceeding them. This will not only help protect your job security, but it's going to build confidence in the value that you're able to bring either in this job or any other opportunities out there. So identify areas in your role where you can add extra value or take initiative. Your goal is to make yourself an asset that your company relies on in good times and in bad. Okay, my friends, this brings me now to step number 8, which is analyzing and optimizing your monthly expenses. Now, let's talk about something that may seem simple, but my friends, it's incredibly powerful. Creating a plan and literally writing it down. When we're uncertain or we're anxious, our minds, they have a natural tendency to catastrophize. We start imagining worst case scenarios, and suddenly a simple concern becomes overwhelming. But here's the truth. Getting our thoughts out of our head and onto paper can give you so much clarity. It can calm your mind, and it will allow you to take back control over the circumstances that you're facing. Think of it this way. Without a plan, our minds are going to naturally fill in the gaps with worst case scenarios because it's wired to protect us. But when you create a plan, you remind your conscious mind that you're already prepared. Instead of spiraling into anxiety, you can literally create a roadmap, a path forward that will break down what might have felt overwhelming into manageable bite-sized steps. So take a few minutes and analyze your monthly expenses, but do it with a written plan. Look at your bank statements, write down where your money goes each month, and identify any non-essential expenses that you could cut if necessary. Now, this now brings me to step number 9, which is a little bit of an expansion of step number 4, expanding your skill sets. So in step number 9, I want you to build a plan B right now. Think about it this way. What would you do if you lost your job tomorrow? As you create this clear plan, you might start to consider the things that you would do if you weren't actually tied to your job. Allow your mind to start to get creative. Would you jump into a new industry? Would you start your own business? Would you do something completely different? Or would you double down on exactly what you're doing today? Giving your mind a little bit of flexibility to be creative will open up doorways of opportunity. It will allow you to start focusing on the skill sets that you would need to make a jump into a brand new industry if that's what you choose to do. My friends, this is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. Open up your mindset and ask yourself, what would you do tomorrow if money wasn't the primary driver of the decisions that you make? This then starts to align your mind and your actions in the direction that you would prefer to go if money wasn't the primary driver of the decisions that you're making. And to bring this to a close, I want you to focus on cultivating an opportunity mindset. Tony Robbins famously says, life is happening for you, not to you. And this perspective shift can turn challenging times into powerful growth periods. History shows us that some of the most successful companies and products were actually launched during economic downturns or times of great uncertainty, exactly the kind of period that we might be stepping into in the labor market. Let me give you an example. Have you ever played the game of Monopoly? Now, if you're anything like me, I love going around the board, collecting my $200, buying Boardwalk in Park City, and making everyone pay the highest possible rent that they could. Now, while I love Monopoly, I love the story of how Monopoly was created even more. In fact, during the Great Depression, Charles Darrow found himself down on his luck. In fact, he had a job, he wasn't making money, he was in sales, so he decided to create a game that mimicked and modeled some of the economic conditions going on in the real estate markets. Now, this turned into Monopoly. Now, a few short years later, Darrow sold the game of Monopoly for $7,000 and a royalty on every subsequent game. This made Darrow the first multi-million game creator of all time. I love Monopoly, but I want you to consider that Monopoly was built, Monopoly was created during times of massive economic uncertainty. But not only that, companies like Microsoft, Airbnb, Slack, WhatsApp, and more all were developed during times of uncertainty. So my friends, realize that the conditions in life are happening for you, not to you. What will your perspective be, and how will you find the opportunities no matter what's going on around you? This kind of mindset doesn't just build resilience, it sets you up to thrive no matter what the future holds. So my friends, here's the bottom line. We can't control what the job market will do, but we can control how prepared we are. By taking these 10 steps, you're setting yourself up for resilience, security, and maybe even a brand new opportunity. If this video helped you, smash that subscribe button and share it with a friend, because sharing strategies like this might just be the social capital that you're looking to build up. My friends, no matter what happens in the coming year, let's make it the best year of your employment and your wealth creation that you've ever had. So my friends, that's it for today. Join me on the next video, and thanks for watching.